The Carter 3 was a whack album. I'll take it a step further and I'll stick the landing like this. The Carter 2 is what you think the Carter 3 is. And even then you gotta question it because give me. I don't give a fuck what you Wayne say. I know what Wayne fans say. I know what my ear hears. I know cadence. I know flow. I understand bar work. I understand how you construct verses. The nigga was rhyming like fucking Gilly. And by accident, Gilly rapped on that Metro Boomin beat on $100 million worth of game podcast. And it sounded like Carter 2 Wayne. Yeah. And he didn't mean to do that shit.
Yo, it's Geeked Up Reacts coming right back to you, man. Hefe, Rome, and Q in the studio here today, man. We got another hot video for you, man. Another podcast, actually. The Rap Roundtable had a little discussion about one of the classic albums, the Carter 3, man. It was actually saying that it's not a classic album. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna have to hear what the explanation behind that, because the Carter 3 was fire as shit. So we're gonna get into it, man. But make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to the content. We really appreciate the love and support. Let's go and get this thing popping, man.
But there's so many people who will tell you that the Carter 3 is a classic, but in reality, they just remember the moment. They remember the energy surrounding it. They remember a Millie. When niggas talk about the Carter 3, they talk about the singles. They don't talk about the random album cut that made them feel something. You know what I'm saying?
Had a lot of singles.
And that's a lot. It's a lot of albums where the singles were bigger than the albums themselves. And niggas will tell you this album's a classic. They'll name 4 singles. Fuck you. That album's not a classic. When I listen to Urban Legend and I listen to She's a Freak, though, that's a classic album to me. The joint with Dash Dillinger on Urban Legend, like, nigga, that's my album, nigga. Like, the shit had a depth of body. The Carter 3 was a whack album. I'll take it a step further and I'll stick the landing like this. The Carter 2 is what you think the Carter 3 is. And even then you gotta question it because give me. I don't give a fuck what you Wayne say. I know what Wayne fans say. I know what my ear hears. I know cadence. I know flow. I understand bar work. I understand how you construct verses. The nigga was rhyming like fucking Gilly. And by accident, Gilly rapped on that Metro Boomin beat on $100 million worth of game podcast. And it sounded like Carter 2 Wayne. Yeah. And he didn't mean to do that shit. But my ears work, nigga. Wayne don't got no classics. The Carter 3 is definitely a classic. And if he has a near classic, it's the Carter 2. Fuck all y'all Wayne fans. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mace. Counter that.
Listen. Mace, I'm not even mad at the Carter 3. I'm not even mad at the Carter 3 tape, because I believe that if you know the history, you know that most of the quality Carter 3 tracks ended up getting leaked before the actual album came out. But Carter 2 Gilly, like Carter 1 is where he sounded like Gilly, you know what I mean? Not to mention I still don't have no
You're lying.
I don't have no
You're
Gilly
lying.
music to compare this to. He mentioned a random freestyle. Hopefully they get pulled from YouTube, you know what I mean? I don't fucking know. They don't got no
Carter 2 was exact
you know what I mean?
The nigga was wearing his chain
Money on my mind. That's Carter 1. That's Go DJ. That's Carter 1.
Bro.
That's Carter 1, y'all. This is what I'm telling you.
Bro.
That's Carter 1.
Yo, I'm saying, I'm looking up. I had to look at the Carter 2 and the Carter 3 to see what the tracks was. I can't even lie. Carter 2 definitely shitting on Carter 3. I forgot.
As far as the amount of tracks on it that are
Money on My Mind, Fireman, More Fire, Grown Man.
So Carter 3 not a classic album to you? So that mean Carter 3
I'm not saying that at all. No, that nigga geeking. I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say he's definitely geeking, and I think it's just because it's like a difference of criteria from the way that I understood what he's saying. Because I mean, if you have an album, say you got an album that joins less than 15 songs or 15 or less songs, and 4 to 5 of those songs are like hit singles, nigga, that's a good album. What? That's a great album. What are you talking about? You don't like hit singles, not just good songs that had a little moment, but like a Millie is like a classic. And there are songs on there that aren't getting as much playtime as like a Millie would, but that are just as hype. Yeah, that are just as hype. What is it, like 3-peat? Let the beat build. Like there's all
Get
types
money.
of songs on there that are not like getting a whole bunch of play. So I'm not sure what exactly he's talking about. I don't think the album needs to be from intro to outro just hit all the way through for it to be a classic album. I think a good ratio is like 1 out of every 4 songs. You probably have something that's like, man, this is one of them ones right here. And I think that would probably put you into that status because most 10-track albums only got like 2 songs at best that are like really like that.
There's 18 on this
now,
one. Songs.
I won't say it's not a classic, but I don't. I mean, if you're someone whose list of classic albums include like skipless albums that you feel from start to finish are really like, I feel that way about, you know, Illmatic. I feel that way about, you know, Graduation. Like if you have albums that you feel are skipless start to finish, then I can see you not not putting an album that you feel has 4 good songs and then the rest is kind of throwaway. Because that's kind of how I felt about you know, that's how I feel about a lot of, like, you can have a good album, but if your criteria for classic just means like skipless, then sure. Like, sure, I can see it, but I wouldn't probably say it's not a classic song.
That's a very niche group of albums for it to be skipless. Like for the joint to be skipless, like very, very, very few albums are like skipless.
Like you said, you're talking about the Illmatics, the Graduations, Black Album, maybe even the Blueprint one. Reasonable Doubt, maybe not Reasonable Doubt, but Blueprint, Black Album, like
but I mean, I don't think that's a bad way to look at it because at least your lines are clear, and it also makes it different for everybody else. Like I think Donda was damn near a 18-20 track skipless album, and so you know different for everybody else. So
and that's what it comes down to. It's opinion, man. And I will say this: I guess I can respect the fact that he holds music and Lil Wayne to such a high regard. I'll say that. That's what I'll say about it, because I ain't about to shame on nobody, nothing like that. But yeah, I mean, to me, Carter 3 is definitely a classic album. Like Quinn said, there's a lot of tracks. I'm looking at right now, there's a lot of tracks that just go without, like Comfortable, Got Money. You said 3-Peat, Mr. Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like the beat, but Lollipop was on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So
that's not a classic. Like all that right there, that's not a classic right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's some great songs right there, man.
The shit, and then to be like, the nigga sound like Gilly. That's that. I was like, come
that's
on.
Funny. That's funny.
Yo, Gilly did sound like that nigga. Though. He did sound like that nigga a little bit. I know that freestyle you was talking about, but yeah, like I said, man, sound like we all in agreement, man. Carter 3 is a classic, at least in our opinion. But I guess it's up to you, man. So y'all let us know what y'all thinking about it, man. Is Carter 3 a classic album? Is it not? Is the Carter 2 better than the Carter 3? Y'all let us know in the comments, man. And you drop a like on the video and subscribe, man. We appreciate the love and support. We're gonna catch you on that next one. Road to 1000. Peace.